What's going on, guys? Chris here, taking a look at that plasma rifle today in Doom's multiplayer. It's enhanced with Argent Energy technology and fires off plasmoid projectiles, which causes damage by both kinetic and thermal energy, functioning in a fairly simple way, sharing a similar kind of feel to the heavy assault rifle. Though the plasma rifle is still its very own gun, and has some unique properties making the weapon better and worse in specific situations. Its primary firing mode is a fully automatic damage hose, spewing out pulses of superheated plasma in the form of little bright blue spheres. And as for its secondary mode, this allows you to basically launch a huge plasma ball into the air which explodes, showering the floor with a dangerous puddle of burning plasma. Every time you spawn into the match, you'll be issued with 100 ammo, and although this might sound like plenty, you'll quickly realise that this weapon runs out of ammo very quickly, due to that super speedy rate of fire. Because you'll be firing off a frenzy of shots every time you tap that trigger, this causes the ammo count to deplete rapidly, leaving you high and dry quite a lot in the thick of the action. So going for those ammo crates with the plasma rifle is probably more of a priority than it is with some of the other weapons, and as long as you do, you should be able to stay in the battle without getting caught with your pants down. The maximum ammo count for the plasma rifle is 200, so you'll be able to double that spawn amount if you go for those crates, and if you don't go too crazy on the trigger. Now, as for the damage, the plasma rifle is pretty interesting when it boils down to how much you can harm other players, as its primary firing mode is fairly straightforward, dealing 6 damage for a direct body shot, and 9 damage with a hit to the head. Though unlike most other kinetic weapons that fire bullets, the plasma balls that you'll be flinging out of the barrel of your gun also dish out small amounts of splash damage too, ranging from 2 to 5 depending on how close they are to each ball when they hit a surface. This means that his shots should still cause some damage if the projectile lands near to your enemy's feet or a nearby wall. Being high up and shooting downwards at your enemies can quite often give you an advantage over them, as the shots that miss your target will still probably cause a bit of damage to them by landing on the ground nearby. The splash effect obviously isn't going to be as effective as directly placing your shots onto an opponent, though because the plasma rifle fires so bloody rapidly, the damage will quickly add up and contribute to your kill, putting them down faster, making good use of every shot that you fire off. The plasma rifle's secondary firing mode is quite different to a lot of other guns in the game, as it essentially launches a singular plasma orb that detonates mid-air, raining down a napalm style strike onto your enemies. The damage caused by the weapon mod dishes out around about 20 for a direct hit, which might not sound like a huge amount, but it's the lasted effect that'll hurt the most, as the incendiary puddle left behind chips away about 10 damage per half a second, and anyone stood in this heated area will quickly start to lose health. The puddle lasts on the ground for about 5 seconds and can even kill a player with 100 health if they stand in it for the whole duration. When combined with the primary firing mode, the weapon mod can be very effective and aid in your firefight as they step into that incendiary area, as a lot of the time they won't even realise that their feet are getting burnt off. Though you'll also have to be careful as it'll hurt you at the same rate as your enemies, so standing in your own puddle isn't exactly a great idea, so you'll have to jump over it if you need to get past the puddle without causing any self-damage. If you play smart and can predict player movement well, you can fire the puddle in front of a moving enemy or in an area where they're most likely going to be, such as at the top of a ledge near a jump pad, and as they enter the area they'll take some damage, making it easier for you to finish them off. Each secondary fire blast has to charge up, and it's going to take about 12 seconds before you'll be able to launch it through the air once again. And you'll be able to see that charge level with that circular indicator that spirals around your crosshairs in a clockwise fashion. Along with being an effective way to help when damaging enemies, the weapon mod is also a great area denial tool too, as the puddle caused by the blast can be used on doorways and entrances to deter enemies from entering, plus it can also be used on objective points to stop other players taking them from your team. Anyway, as for some good secondary weapons to slap onto your loadout, you might find that a heavy hitting gun such as the super shotgun or rocket launcher will be a good option to inflict a large amount of damage, to quickly finish off another player which has taken damage from your plasma rifle. A good tactic is to attack other players at those medium ranges with the plasma rifle, advancing on their position as you do so, and when you get closer and have already dealt a bunch of damage with the plasma rifle's primary fire, swap over to the shotgun and blast them into pieces at close range, wiping out any of their remaining health nice and easy. Though the plasma rifle itself can be a good secondary weapon to whip out and finish off players damaged by another weapon, as its fast fire rate will allow you to quickly get those shots out there and chip away at that health rapidly to finish people off without having to worry about a slow rate of fire or cooldown period getting in the way. So generally, the plasma rifle functions as a fully automatic spray weapon that fires at a very fast rate, though it's got a fairly low damage to compensate. It can perform well at most ranges, but with the plasma rifle shots having a slightly lower velocity in the air, it means that opponents at those longer distances will be harder to hit when moving, and you might have to lead your targets to land those shots. Being up close can leave you vulnerable to high-powered weapons, like the shotguns and rocket launcher, and so this makes the plasma rifle better overall at medium ranges, and to help finish off players with low to medium amounts of health. A bit like the assault rifle, it can pull its weight at all distances, but it doesn't really excel at any specific range. But it's a quick and effective gun that doesn't really require pinpoint accuracy to do well. So that's all I've got for you in this one, guys. Make sure to check out my other Doom weapon guides and other videos on my channel too. Give me a like if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe to stay updated with fresh content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.